Hi friends, my name is Madeline. I run the blog Dawnby Farms, and today my husband and I are going to be making nesting boxes out of old dresser drawers. So come follow along. We got these drawers from our local dump because we liked the hardware, like the handles on them, and once we were done with those, they were just sitting around. And I thought they might be a great solution for the nesting boxes my chickens so badly need. And for the rest of this project, we're going to be using leftover lumber from a deck that my husband was building. So follow along and maybe you'll be inspired to do this for yourself. So these drawers are 14 by 5 by 26 by 5 by 6.5 inches tall, and there are 4 of them. One is in the chicken coop right now. The idea right now is to add 4 boards on each corner that are going to be high enough to give a 12-inch headspace above each of them. So it'll be 2 high and 2 on each side, and we're going to be putting dividers in each box so that it will be 8 12 by 14.5 boxes. So we were going to use reclaimed materials, but we did recently just buy some boards for the duck coop extension, so we just used one of those boards, I guess 2 of those boards, for the legs, and now we're going to be attaching the legs to the drawers. We're going to be cutting some leftover deck boards as the dividers for the nesting boxes to make each of these 2 nesting boxes into 4. So we decided to reinforce the bottom of the drawers because the bottom of these ones was very flimsy, but if you make these yourself, most likely the bottom of the drawers will be much more secure than ours were, so this is probably a step that you could skip. Now we're just marking out all of the places where we're going to be putting these up. We're doing them 18 inches off the ground, and then we added another 7 for the nesting box, and then we added 8 more in between. 8 more in between the nesting boxes, and then there's going to be a little bit extra on the top. Yep, that's what we're doing. Now we're just lining up the nesting boxes to the side boards before we attach them. We got one side attached, and now we're working on just connecting the other side. So we attached both sides, and then we made sure to reinforce where the drawers and the beam meet. And now we're going to make a little ramp for the chicks to be able to jump up there. So how we're going to design the ramp going into these nesting boxes has by far taken the most time out of any of the design. We were trying to figure out how far we want it for them to jump up and whether we wanted it at an angle or just straight, and so we think we decided on what we want to do, so we're just going to go ahead and try what we talked about. What we decided to do is have it come straight out, and then the second level is going to be a little bit further in. So this is 8 inches out, or 10 inches out, and then this one's going to be 4 inches out, so the chickens can hop from the ground up to here, up to the ones up top. And another part of this is that we didn't really want to do a ramp because we have ducks and chickens together, and we'd like the ducks to be able to nest under here, and it's going to kind of be hard to clean out or grab any eggs under there if there's a ramp like right in front of it. Once we fit it in the coop, we actually adjusted this bottom roost to make sure that they could get in, and then we also attached it to the wall so that it's more secure. So now I pretty much just need to fill it with straw. And that's it. We have 4 12 by 12 nesting boxes. In total, we used about 40 feet of board, and actually all of it was reclaimed board. We didn't buy anything for this project. I thought that one of the long boards we bought, but it actually was one that we had left over from a different project. And then 4 dresser drawers and some screws. So it ended up being a pretty simple process. From start to finish, it was about 3 hours, but it was only because I was also filming it and we were designing it and putting it all together. Like, this would have been a super quick project if we knew exactly what we were doing from start to finish. So thanks for following along with us today and watching us make this. And if this inspired you to try to make your own nesting boxes, will you please let me know in the comments below? And if you're interested in more content like this, please subscribe to this channel. Bye!